Hey guys, what's going on? It's xdeadlysmoorex here, and welcome back to part 8 of our Dragon Age Inquisition Let's Play. In the last episode, we what did we do? Oh, we finished the we started the Falomire and finished the Falomire. So we did all of the beacons there and got all the runes there. We rescued the Inquisition soldiers, set up the other camp. And then took down I think it was a Madapos there, and we took down Winrus, and as a result we got our new armor, the Warden Battle Mage armor, which I said this in the last episode and I'll say it again. We're going to be wearing this armor for a very long time, just because I just like the look of it and all that stuff. It's really cool. But in this episode we're going to be talking to Cassandra, Liliana and Josephine, and also doing the stuff for Research Manave as well. Well, I say stuff. It's actually turning in all like the I think it's the frosted rags and all that stuff that we've got. It's in recipes? Is it? No, it's not recipes. God, good lord, it's not in there. Valuables? Yeah, valuables. That's what it is. Don't know why that's there. Anyway. Yeah, all most of this stuff anyway. So like the bowstrings, Jamer's rags, frosty rags, large, those kinds of. So the ones that look like this with like the golden necklace thing around them, that's the ones you bring to Research Manave. So yeah, let's get into it. Oh, I also forgot to mention that we're going to be we're going to start Valreo today, not finish it. That'll be right at the end of the episode. So when I say start Valreo, I mean we're going to go to Valreo and do the opening cutscene, but not like do anything else in there. I think I may have already talked about Cassandra, maybe just her use as like a unit, I guess, or as like a party member. But as a
what does your faith tell you?
But as a character, I kind of like Cassandra. I say kind of. I do like Cassandra. Her personality is a bit like, maybe not abrasive. She's a bit
I can only guess. You don't think I'm the herald of
I'm trying to think of a good word for it.
I hope you were.
She calls herself brash, which she does say that her instructors did say she was brash or is brash, and I can see that. She is maybe a bit cold at first, and I can see why. But I mean, to be fair, you'll understand why she's a bit cold anyway. But as like an overall character, I like Cassandra. She's a good. She does genuinely try and do like good things, but sometimes like I think how she talks and her attitude, it kind of doesn't come off as that, but she does.
Isn't it a bit late to worry about it now?
Oh.
We have only just begun.
Yeah, I just lost my train of thought there. No, yeah, she
my train is always
sometimes it like in appearance-wise, at first glance, it doesn't look like she's trying to do good things, but she does care deeply about a lot of things, like the Seekers. Yeah, like the Seekers, and I guess to a lesser extent, maybe the Templars.
I cannot afford to be so careless again. It wasn't like you had no reason to suspect me. I was determined to have someone answer for what happened.
I think it's the Seekers and the Inquisition, and she's like she's basically really passionate about
you said you believe you're chosen.
the things she cares about. As I say, like the Seekers, the Inquisition, that kind of stuff. Also, I like her personal quest as well. This option is really odd because I'm obviously going to say, I believe, like, Selena believes in the Elven gods. What Cassandra says is like, yeah, Cassandra says, is there no room in your gods for one more? And I'm like, Cassandra, do you know how many gods the Dalish like believe in? I have a thing for it. if you guys give me a minute, we're still going to talk to Cassandra as well. It's not like we do the opening cutscene and then that's it.
I'm not sure. Where are you from? I thought you knew.
You don't know where I'm from, Cassandra?
I suppose I could ask Liliana. She has collected a frightening amount of information on you.
To be fair, that's
I don't want
Liliana.
to ask her. I want to hear it from you.
There we go.
My clan never stayed in one place for long, though we primarily roamed the free market.
Yeah, Selena's just basically they're just saying, or Selena's saying that her clan didn't stay in one place for too long. She definitely not at this point. I don't think she'll tell anyone, probably but Cullen. But it'll never happen because it's a headcanon anyway.
Wherever I am is home enough for me.
That's how I feel now.
As in my headcanon, like she doesn't tell anyone what happened, like to her first clan, aside from Cullen. Like Cullen's the only one in the Inquisition that knows about it, but outside the Inquisition, it's literally only 2 people will ever know about it. That being Cullen and Lord the Keeper. Those are the only 2 people that will ever know Selena's actual situation.
My name is Cassandra Pentecost.
Again, that's headcanon, because Selena's not going to outright tell, like in game, like what happened, because that's just not an option. But yeah, my little headcanon that Cullen's the only one in the Inquisition that truly knows what happened to Selena, because she's told him not because he was there. God no. Because by the time what happened with Selena, with the Templars, Cullen was already in the Frozen Circle.
Really? No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all.
I'm still trying to find that.
Oh yes.
The thing with all the other gods, because I have it on my phone, which I'm looking at right now. But I know I have it. Where is it? Ah, I found it. Right.
And you joined the Seekers to get away from them.
It was a life worth getting away from.
5, 6,
the Pentecosts are
7,
famed for dragon hunting.
There's 8 of them. So basically, if Selena did want to believe in the Maker, she doesn't. Even after what happens in Trespassers, she still doesn't.
Once he was gone,
But
so was I.
yeah, that would make her like basically believe in 9 gods, and that's just like a bit too much. I mean, I know there are religions out there that have more than that, but we're not getting into that, or never getting into that. Trust me. This option here, what happened to your brother, is an interesting dialogue option, because if you ask it now, Cassandra won't say anything about it. But I think later on, or if you get become like good friends with Cassandra, she'll tell you what happened.
Tell me about your brother.
I'll say it now, but yeah.
I prefer not to speak of Anthony.
I can't actually remember what happens to Cassandra's brother.
You don't seem to like your homeland much.
My family polluted it for me.
Yeah. So if I'm remembering this right, I know Cassandra's saying it anyway. But what happened to Cassandra doesn't really like the Pentecosts all that much, because she's from that family. Because the Pentecosts are like royalty, air quotations, in Navarra, Cassandra's homeland. I don't think we ever go there. No, we don't, because it's Ferelden in Origins, Kirkwall in 2, and then Ferelden / Orlais in Inquisition. So, kind of what happens is Cassandra's parents, there was like basically a revolt to try and overthrow the king. I think it was King Marcus II. At the time, Cassandra's parents on the revolution side, they got executed. But because Cassandra and her brother Anthony were basically family to King Marcus, he spared them. And like her uncle basically, I don't think she says it, but her uncle didn't like treat her like, it's kind of hard to explain. Cassandra explains what her uncle like treated her like. Anyway, kind of hard to have an uncle that's basically a necromancer.
I will never understand it.
Yeah.
So you were the right hand.
You get a little bit of insight into like Navarran culture with Cassandra's like, I was going to call it support, but that's in Fire Emblem. Like conversations with Cassandra, you get to learn more about Navarre, if only just a tiny bit. Like she says that Navarrans are more fascinated with like honouring dead relatives than they.
The short version is that I
I think she says they spend more time honouring dead relatives than they do living relatives. So they're basically, they spend more time with the dead than the living, which is kind of odd, but there we go.
It gives, it takes, it beckons. It makes
also Cassandra was
Liliana and I extended the divine
Cassandra was the right hand of Divine Justinia, and then Divine Beatrix before her, before Justinia. Because with the Divine is, well, if you want to put it in real world context, Divine's basically the female Pope. That's just a real world way of looking at it. Again, not getting into religion, because that's a whole can of worms I'm never going to touch. But that's one way to look at it. Because what happens is the Divine can it's funny in Ferelden and Orlais, or the South as Davinta calls it.
So, what's the story about you becoming the right hand?
Oh, I'm trying to think of it. The Divine can only be female. The Divine can only be female, along with, like, I think it's Revered Mothers can only be females, because men that join the Chantry don't really have a high up position. It's more like basically a female like organization air quotations.
That's what happens with stories that become legends.
I am not a legend, nor was I.
Oh, you should be, Cassandra. Have you seen yourself out there? God damn, you're the best. Probably, like, you might be the best tank in the game. Maybe along with Blackwall. Oh boy.
Rather impressive for such a young seeker, wouldn't you say?
And the truth is,
I stumbled upon a conspiracy to kill Beatrix.
Another interesting, I do apologise for creaking as my chair, just moving around.
They freed the dragons from magical control.
I like another interesting thing I like about Cassandra is her relationship with Varric. Because they have one of my best like party banters, which is Varric basically asks Cassandra if you're if she's ever going to rejoin the Seekers.
Fine. But it was 20 years ago.
If she's going to go back to the Seekers.
I'll let you get back to work.
And then Cassandra's is saying that if she did, how do you know I wouldn't drag you back with me? And Fred goes, "Peace still, my heart. I've grown on you." And then Cassandra's quick retort is one of my best replies. One of my favourite replies is like fungus. Just murder Varric even more, why don't you? Even more than you tried to do in Dragon Age 2. Yes, Cassandra appears in Dragon Age 2.
We do not use lyrics.
Looking a lot different,
our
but
abilities are different, as was our original purpose. We disciplined the Templars.
Cassandra I've never romanced. I've only ever romanced 3 people in this game.
So the Seekers
which being Cullen, Josephine, and Ironball. So it'll also make it 4 on my offline one.
When a Seeker arrived at a circle, they knew trouble was afoot.
Oh,
that kind of power is
what
trouble.
else?
You begin to think you are the only one who can solve
Cassandra, I can't really see myself,
If you don't see
even
a
like,
problem,
no matter
it
how
doesn't
many times I
exist.
play it, I
If
can't
someone
ever
insists
see
it does,
myself
they are the blind.
romancing
Do you think that kind of
Cassandra,
problem could ever be fixed?
Possibly.
because
Though
she's
the
just
seekers
not
themselves
like,
would need to change.
she's just not my
They were
type
clearly
really.
not willing to, even though they abandoned
It's just
everything
that.
they stood for to
She's just not my
avoid
type, I can't
it.
see
In my
myself
heart,
romancing her.
I believe they can still be salvaged, but not by their own hands.
Because Cassandra is like, she's male only. I think I talked about who you can do with who.
You mentioned that
Because,
seekers
yeah,
are different abilities to
Cassandra's male
Templars.
only.
Entirely. A Templar's abilities
And
come
I've
from
kind
Miriam
of,
and are designed to
I've played like
hunt
one male character,
Ours
and
comes from ritual and
that
many
wasn't just to
years of
marry
dedicated
Josephine.
training.
That was
We
like
cannot
or
be
like
possessed
romance
by demons
Josephine.
and
That
are
was just
immune
because I
to
played that.
mind
It was a
control.
male human, I think it was male human
Now,
warrior, I believe,
Seekers
or
can
rogue.
gain
No, I
other gifts
think it was male
but
human
that
warrior.
depends on the individual.
Or mage. I don't know. Might have been mage. I can't remember. That one was a long
What
time
kind of
ago.
gifts do you have?
I can set the
And
lyrium
then
within a
the
person's
thing is, I've never
bloodstream.
romanced Cullen
Both
as a
mages and
female
Templars
human.
bear
I've only
before
done it as
my
a female elf.
Some seekers use it
Female
to
elf
carry,
mage as well, actually.
others simply
Um,
paralyze. Once there was a seeker who
There's,
could use it to
and then
kill.
Iron Ball
That
was a
particular
female
gift is
Canary,
considered
female
rare.
two-handed warrior Canary.
Why did your order turn against the
Hera was a
Chantry?
goddess, I swear.
originally
She was
united
amazing.
chants
Oh no,
were
tell a lie.
tricky
I've
as
romanced
fate
Ball
did
as a female
mages
dwarf.
on
That was just
Temple.
because it was funny.
It was felt most holy
God
that tacitly
damn! I
allowed
think
the
her
circle
name
of
was.
Magi to
I can't
vote
remember
on its
what her
independence,
name was,
thus
but that
breaking the treaty.
that female
The
dwarf.
seekers saw themselves
One, she
as
was
justified,
thick. God damn.
and they led the Templars
Not
into a war
brain-wise,
of
like
righteousness.
body-wise, she was thick. And
You sound like you
two,
disagree.
she was like,
We knew
it was
what
a
happening
sword and
at
shield
Kirkwall,
dwarf. I was
where the
tempted to go
Mage Rebellion
two-handed, but
began.
no.
We looked into reports of Knight Commander
But
Meredith's
holy
harsh
shit,
treatment of her
like,
charges years earlier.
she was like,
But we
her and
found so
Cassandra
many
were just
shocking cases
on
of
it.
magical
Like, they were
corruption, it was decided her actions were
tanks.
justified. If we'd been there when it happened, if we'd looked harder at the root causes,
You're right. Something should have been done.
when faced with a problem, the
Because
Seekers would close ranks
if I'm
and
going on
protect.
headcanon,
We would find an answer
Selena
that
hasn't
only
always
ones
been a
who
mage.
felt
Like, I may have
connected
explained
to
this
us.
to you. I may have
The
explained it
moment
to you
the
guys.
mages voted for
But
independence, our
I'm not going into
response
all the
was critical.
details with what the backstory I have for Selena, because I'll be honest, it's not a nice backstory.
How does someone
But
become a seeker?
with her first clan, Selena was just a hunter. Like, if you want to put it in a class context, she was a rogue archer. So she was hunter and all that stuff. But it was only when she basically escaped from the Templars that the clan of Velen that she's in now, that the Keeper saw her potential in magic, and trained her in magic. Which I know is an odd thing for a headcanon, because, like, I think it's like if you have a thing in magic, like, or like an affinity for magic, I should say, then you're made, like, you're basically taken under the Keeper's wing, and
I cannot put it into words.
I wish I
oh,
could experience.
like, the Keeper helps you train magic, and a Dalish sort of, also if there's too many mages in a Dalish camp, they sort of like send them to another clan basically, so that just so the Templars don't hunt them down.
I've no more questions.
But if you're, because I was thinking about it,
May I
and
ask you about the Chantry?
because as I was reading like the backstory for Selena again, I'm like, well, this kind of doesn't explain like why she didn't use magic in her previous clan, and I thought that because the Keeper in her original clan, I didn't come up with a name for it, because I can't really think of like Dalish like names for clans, like off the top of my head. I have to really sit down and think about it. So I'll just keep calling it her old clan. The Keeper knew she had magic, and Selena did as well, but because they already had like a couple mages, Selena was like, okay, she made a deal with the
So
the clan, like the keeper, to say like, okay, if one of the other like mages, like one of the first to the keeper, which is like their the keeper's apprentice, if they like go and join another clan, or if they die, like obviously Celine's not going to hunt them down. Obviously Celine's not going to kill them.
Rather idealistic of you.
Does it?
Then she was like, okay, I'll just be a hunter, and like if like one of the firsts like goes to another clan, or some if goes to another clan or something else happens to them, excuse me, then or you kick them out, I'll step in and become your new like a new first.
He's a bureaucrat, responsible for communicating the divine's will to the rest of the chantry.
That was it. And basically Selena comes back from a hunt, her entire clan is wiped out by Darkspawn.
Despite that, Roderick is not a bad man.
That's that.
And his place is to fill the gap left by Most Holy's death.
Not a very nice one, but hey.
As far down the chain of command as he is,
to be honest, when I'm coming up with like original characters, like even if it's not for Dragon Age, like any video game that I'm, or any like video game series or like anime that I watch, I always like think about, oh, I wonder what, like when I finish it, like, or even during the middle of it, I'm like, oh, I wonder what original character I can make that would like fit really well into this like universe. And I always like try and come up with backstories and stuff for them as well. Most of them can be pretty dark because I always find that's kind of easy, but happy ones are kind of not that hard to do, but
the problem now is that no clear successor to Justinia
to me, sometimes it depends on the character I'm making.
So what happens if they can't agree on someone? Theoretically, they will argue until
I mean, I could have made Selene a happy one, but it's not that I wanted to make it dark. It was it was kind of like, oh, this is an interesting idea. Let's go with that.
Any cleric with ambition but little sense will see this as her one chance, and plenty of such clerics exist. We shall see.
I got loads of like original characters, not for Dragon Age, because I need to come up with backstories for like a lot of them. Well, I don't actually need to. It's just Selena was like, oh, okay, because this is my canon one, I might as well come up with a backstory for her, you know.
That depends on whether she
let me have a look, because I've made quite a few.
I am a rebel now, and even if she would, I do not know.
I'm in the middle of making like a Witcher OC as well, which is pretty cool.
I am no longer in a
I've barely got through it.
No new divine could expect such obedience now.
Yeah, I've got loads for like Ruby, like the Rooster Teeth animated series or anime as well. Fairy Tail, I've got quite a lot for Fairy Tail because I love it. Overlord, My Hero Academia, I've got quite a few for that as well. Bleach as well. I think I've come up with a few for Fire Emblem as well, and One Piece. And Naruto as well. Like I've got quite a few that I've come up with, but we'll only ever talk about them whenever I get to those games. And Naruto's going to be a long while unless they come up with like a story-driven, like create your own character Naruto game. Then there isn't the MMO one. Well, I wouldn't call it an MMO. Maybe it is. I don't know. Like the online one. Then it's gonna be a long while until we play Naruto. Here we go. Liliana. I like Liliana. She's cool. Very. She's a hardened individual. She's basically, as you say, she's our spy master. She's also kind of an assassin as well. Like a little bit. She was playable. She was actually a party member in Origins. And she was a lot like softer. Because there's a term in Dragon Age, if you guys don't know, called where you can harden characters or soften characters. hardening characters, because you have to do it through specific dialogue choices. And before you guys ask or comment, yes, I'm going to soften Liliana, because you can do that. Then
if the Maker willed this, what is it if not a game?
Hang on, I have it somewhere. Where is it? There we go. Because you have to do specific dialogue choices to make sure that you soften Liliana. Hang on. Okay, you can choose whatever it is.
I speak for no one but myself, and I have no answers for you. You probably don't even worship the Maker.
Nope.
Lucky.
Liliana's like, you probably don't even worship the Maker, and then Celine's like, nope, no I don't.
For our sins. He demands it all.
Actually, no, my bad. There are no. I just forgot. I was just looking at the like the Valasleen that you can give, which are like the tattoos. Gotta say my sympathies.
Her death has clearly hit
Because there is one of the Elven gods doesn't have a Valasleen, and that's Fen'Harel. So that makes 9 Elven gods. There's also the Forgotten ones and the Forbidden ones, and too many, too much stuff, too much stuff. Again, so if Cassandra asked if Selena was to go and believe in the Maker, that would make it at least 10 gods that she'd have to like believe in, and that's too many. Again, not getting into religion. To be fair, this is like a kind of like not really. It's not really a religious centric game. Maybe a little bit, but not too much. There we go. But Liliana, I really like.
No, this is my burden. I regret that I even let you see me like
she does look beautiful as well, like for a game character as well. There's.
We will speak later.
Her attitude does, as I say, her attitude does change between Origins and Inquisition. So, yeah. Waiting for this scout guy to appear, because then she'll say, yeah. This is another thing you have to do to harden Liliana. It's the only other thing you need to do in Haven to before to harden, to soften Liliana. Because if you don't, if you just don't soften Liliana, she just stays hardened. Or if you just don't talk to her at all, she stays hardened. So, wait.
Make it clean, painless if you can. We were friends once.
Yeah, no, stop.
Wait, what are you doing? He betrayed us. He murdered my agent. And you'd kill him, just like that. You find fault with my decision? We can't solve our problems with murder.
Then I was like, that's where you're wrong.
Leave him be.
I mean, you can.
Betrayal put our
I mean, not to get technical, but sometimes you can. I don't encourage it, of course. Don't solve all your problems with murder.
Now is precisely the time for ideals.
Some of them can be, but not all of them. Again, I don't encourage you to murder anyone, because that's not appropriate. Definitely not appropriate. Don't do that.
Now if you're happy, I have more work to do.
I am happy, Liliana. But I may have mentioned it. I definitely mentioned it to my friend. I am not talking to those two, because I hate Roderick. He does one good thing towards the end of part 1, and that's it. That I did. I'm pretty sure I did read that. Here we go. In here. Again, onto like the. So, I was talking about Liliana is, if you didn't romance, I probably have mentioned this before, but if you didn't romance her in Origins, you should be able to romance her in Inquisition, because I would have done that in a fucking heartbeat.
Mistress Lavelan, this is the Marquis d'Aurelion, one of Divine Justinia's greatest supporters.
And the rightful owner of Haven.
Lies.
House d'Aurelion lent Justinia these lands for pilgrimage. This Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
This man's got rust around his
This
eyes.
is the first I've heard of Haven having an owner outside the Chantry.
My wife.
Look at his mask. That guy has this Durelion actually has like rust around his eyes. Look at that.
A woman of supreme merit. I will
Clean your
not let
mask,
that
man.
order remain on her holy ground.
I thought you were because he's all Legion.
People
There's
who've been injured, you can't just turn them out onto the snow.
And who benefits if they stay?
Divine
Look at that.
Justinia,
Justinian's
The
pissed.
Inquisition, not the Chantry, is sheltering the pilgrims who mourn her.
Why is the Chantry ignoring the faithful?
Because it remains in shock.
Like, you could like try and clean that mask, mate, or at least get a new one. Nice outfit, by the way. I like
If I
that.
say dark
But
time, Divine Justinia would not want her passing to the Vandals.
because all Legions care about like appearances and like the clothes you wear and all that stuff. Like if you're a noble, then yeah, they definitely care about that stuff. But and the mask as well. But look, if you're gonna keep up good appearances, you might as well clean the mask because that is just horrific. That's rusty. Man, get a new one, or at least clean it. God damn. Nice overcoat, by the way, though.
Do the Durelions actually have a claim on this place?
His Grace's position is not so strong as he presents.
Yeah. So Josephine. I like Josephine. She's cool.
If the Marquis wishes to claim Haven,
I don't envy her position because ain't no way I could talk to ain't no way I'd talk to nobles all day like the way she does. But Josephine's from Antiva, which we only get to hear about a little bit. We never get to go to Antiva.
in truth, the debate was most beneficial as practice for those to come.
You expect more people in Haven?
Undoubtedly.
There's
spread the story of the Inquisition after
she explains what her position was. I think while she was in Antiva. She also used to be a bard. In Dragon Age, bards are more than singers. They are like spies / assassins as well. Josephine's never killed anyone. Well, meant to kill anyone. We learned about that in our personal quest. But going on to like the noble stuff, like when we get to Halam Sharal, if you play any other race aside from human, like when you like begin Halam Sharal, nobles will comment on it. So like if you're an elf, they'll comment on that. I think they'll say like a Dalish monster or something like that, or mongrel, some shit like that. Let me read this. I'm not fully reading it because look at that. Turn in that research. Yeah, you probably will. Yeah, let's see him on there. Let's go talk to Josephine. What else? Yeah, so I'll talk about with the turning the stuff into research and Menave. If you turn those research stuff in, you actually get bonus damage to certain things, which is pretty cool. What else? I've actually just forgot what I was talking about. Halam Sharal. Yeah, so any other race that isn't human, you basically start at 30 approval, but 30 or 40 approval, which which I guess makes sense because you're in Olay and Olay doesn't really care about the other races. Very stereotype. They stereotype a lot in Olay.
But not anymore.
What else?
These days, our vessels are a touch more modest.
I can't really think of what else to talk about.
I had the great honor of serving Antiva's crown as ambassador.
I mean, Halam Sharal actually, I said it in the last episode, it's one of my favorite, is my favorite like non. I guess combat area, but there is combat in Halamshral, quite a bit of it actually. But like non like I was gonna say explorative areas, but it is non-replayable areas like is probably the best way to put it, because it's a very story-heavy part of the game. Halamshral, again, favourite area, I love it. Just because of all the stuff you can do in there. It's really fun. Okay, what else? I can't really think of much else. I won't talk about Cullen because I'll talk about Cullen when we get to Cullen, which, funny enough, will probably be in the next episode because of all this. Because we get to talk to Cullen's the last one we talk to after like after we do all the stuff in in Val Royeaux. That's when we get to talk to Cullen and learn more about him and stuff, and start the romance with him. Oh, and also we get we can get access to, well, the quest to get Iron Ball and Blackwall, so that's good. That'll be our team practically done until we get to Redcliffe, where we get Dorian, and then at the end of part 1 where we get, well, start of part 2 where we get Cole, which is pretty good. And then that'll be our whole team done. No Sarah and no Vivian. I explained why I'm not getting Sarah in the last episode.
How heavily are our actions scrutinized?
Make no mistake. Every noble house, every throne is waiting to see what the Inquisition does next.
Oh, trust me, the Inquisition is going to be fun.
Offers are made in just the right fashion. I intend to see that they are.
There we go.
Tell me how you came to work for the Inquisition again.
I'd been considering leaving my post in Antiva for a new challenge when Leliana...
What was,
Such unrest invaders, and the Inquisition seems a promising method to stop it.
oh, I'm trying to think of like other stuff I could talk about with Dragon Age. Again, like I'll talk about Iron Bull. Excuse me. I'll talk about Iron Bull when we recruit him. Same with Blackwall. Same with Dorian. Same with Cole.
The violence must be curbed before we see it turn to full scale.
What else?
Bringing the Mage-Templar conflict to a head could be the only way to resolve it.
Surely we can find a solution that doesn't leave all of Thedas in ruins.
I mean, you're not wrong, Josephine, but have I talked? I think I've talked to Josephine about everything. I think. Let me have a quick look.
Good day to you.
Yeah, I have. Okay, cool.
Let's speak later.
Now off to Val Royeaux, where we'll do that one bit in the quest and then never come back again until we have to do Josephine's personal quest. Then we take a quick drink. I think I've got oh, I have a perk. Nice. I got a perk. I love it. Historical knowledge.
I will inform you if that changes.
Nice. Just so no one's concerned, just gold. Fuck you. Secure route through the frost bags.
To work?
Yep. And then off to Val Royeaux. Let's get the red heart. I think I might already have it, but still, might as well get it. You know, get red heart. Flames of the Inquisition charger. Get that. Oh, what's out there? No, that's... oh god, that's got a coin. I need to do that. Fog unicorn.
Let's see what we have.
Yeah, Liliana. What's that up here? Oh, okay. I don't know. I'll do Liliana.
Let's see what we have.
Just a Chandra concern. There we go. We're like over leveled for this.
Having the
There's no
Herald
combat in
address
this
the
war,
clerics
so
is not a terrible idea.
You can't be serious.
Mother Giselle isn't wrong. At the moment, the Chantry's only strength is that they are united in opinion.
And we should ignore the danger to the Herald.
Let's ask her.
there we go.
I'm more concerned this won't actually solve any problems.
I agree. It just lends credence to the idea that we should care what the Chantry says.
I will go with her. Mother Giselle said she could provide us names. Use them.
But why? This is nothing but a...
What choice do we have, Liliana? Right now we can't approach anyone for help with the breach.
Yeah. This is just...
Use what influence we have to call the clerics together. Once they are ready, we will see this through.
Good lord. Right, there we go. Off to Valroyo in Orlais. Yeah, big, noble, bustling city, and just not my kind of city. Definitely not my kind of city.
The city still mourns.
Yeah, no shit. Pretty sure the entirety of Thedas is mourning the Divine Justin. Yeah, look at the elf. The elf mage.
Just a guess, Seeker, but I think they all know who we
Top
are.
two scariest things for the
Your
Chantry is a
skills of
Dalish elf
observation
mage
never
and a
fail to
Canary
impress
mage.
me, Varric.
My Lady Herald.
You're one of Leliana's people. What have you found?
The Chantry mothers await you, but so do a great many Templars.
There are Templars here?
People seem to think the Templars will protect them from the Inquisition. They're gathering on the other side of the market. I think that's where the Templars intend to meet you.
Only one thing to do, then.
Yep. Ugh. I mean, that's scary for the Chantry. You've got two elven apostate mages, Solus. You look fucking ridiculous.
From us? Protect them from the blasphemous.
Look at
Herald
him.
of
Look
Rothmere.
how stupid he looks. I know I did that on purpose because I didn't do it on purpose actually. I know I gave him the Enchanter's coat and everything, but look at that. Good lord, you are a fashion disaster, Solus. And I know nothing of fashion, trust me. But that is just oh.
So the potential for trouble has increased twofold.
Perhaps. Return to Haven. Someone will need to inform them if we are delayed.
As you say, my lady.
Right, now this is where we're gonna end off today's episode. So, for a quick recap, I didn't talk to Liliana anymore. Fuck. I'll do that next episode. Well, we softened Liliana slightly a little bit. But yeah, we talked to Cassandra, slightly talked to Liliana and softened her, turned the things in for Instructor, and even talked to Josephine, and now we're in Valroyo. So in the next episode, we're going to be doing the stuff we need to do in Valroyo, talking to Liliana, and then possibly recruiting both Iron Bull and Blackwall. So yeah, that should be fun. So if you guys enjoyed today's episode, make sure to hit that like button. If you are enjoying our Dragon Age Inquisition Let's Play, make sure to subscribe as well. Also, please be sure to check out my Trails of Cold Steel 2 Let's Play, where, as of time of recording, we're about to enter the ruins of Gorelia Fortress, and it should be a lot of fun. Also, I say it's never... Oh, no, wrong thing first. If you guys are a fan of JRPGs, or just RPGs in general, make sure to subscribe as well, because, hey, that's what I do here. Also, as there's in every episode, I have a project in the work lined up, so hopefully, when that drops, I can record it for you guys and get the videos out for you, because I'm really looking forward to it. But if I can't, then I've got backup plans, so don't worry, your boy's got you. But with all that PSA out of the way, this is xdeadlysmoorex, and I shall see you guys next time.